What's going on, everybody? Julius Optimus here. I really just want to talk about Constellation Network, ticker DAG. We're all feeling it right now. It's horrible market conditions, and no one likes to witness their portfolio go down 60% plus, especially when you're this invested, and like I know so many people are. But this space is real. This technology is real. This technology is the next thing. It's just undergoing this turbulent, new age technology 5 year, 10-year startup. But it's getting more clear. And we're seeing that right now with Constellation Network, which is the evolution of essentially the goal of blockchain technology, which is decentralized servers, decentralized internet traffic, and companies being able to build on these decentralized networks that include data processing, server storage, the infrastructure to do it, etc. And Constellation really just blows my mind. The quality of projects building on them, specifically Genico, Double Dice. I mean, those two to me are the most exciting because if they do what they say they're going to do, it's going to radically change the industries that they operate in. And that's the type of strength of technology that we're talking about with DAC. And everyone's like, the price this, the price that. The fact that it's been only been on KuCoin for 4 years and they haven't tried to pay money to get on a big exchange shows you what you need to know about these founders. Excuse me. Ben Jorgensen, I love his mentality. Diggles, Wyatt, Matthias, Alfie. I mean, those guys they know what they're doing. They're free thinkers. They can question reality. They have extreme integrity. They show themselves. How many of us have gotten rugged by... I'm not saying this is a requirement for a crypto project, but it adds a layer of comfort. Knowing that these guys are out in the west coast of the U.S., have been publicly relevant in different fields before. I love the hypergraph hours. I love the transparency. And it's crazy. It's so hard to define what DAG is. Like, I want to just tell everybody, hey, buy it, buy it. They'll be like, what is it? I'm like, well, it's, Ethereum, but way better, accomplishing the dreams of what Ethereum is. But then they're like, what are the dreams of Ethereum? And I don't even know if I'm describing that right. In my head, and intuitively, I know this technology has the potential to radically transform almost every industry, which is pretty incredible. I mean, when you can get this type of data insights and when you can get data sources and nodes on every little thing in your house, apartment buildings, solar panels, and you can transmit data, think about curing cancer. I mean, think about these bottlenecks in terms of where data is held. And this is what I love about Genico so much, because think about, curing diseases and solving problems is about essentially data a lot of the times, and having enough data that's, randomized, relevant, statistically significant. We all took the stats classes and all that stuff, but specifically for me, the healthcare stuff is extremely fascinating. I always think about, I'm at this hospital, I'm giving you all my data. I go to the hospital across the street and they know nothing of any of my past history. I mean, that's ridiculous. And that's how you know that there's a real problem to solve here, because that's ridiculous. I mean, a lot of us know there are better ways to do this now. It's just legacy systems. Jorgensen talks about this all the time. When you get to a certain level, when you get to a certain elevation as a corporation, you become archaic and your thought patterns don't stay as open. They close and they entrench. And I think, to me, I love the tech, but watching these founders, the way they think, the way they question paradigms, the way they kind of dog on existing crypto, because it's true. Like, they truly want to bring what we all want into the world for us, and they just want us all to build on it. I'm really down with the market, but investing in Constellation and some of these ecosystem projects, I gotta say, I'm just trying to stay afloat right now because I just, in my gut, I think I don't think I'm alone with this, is I believe this thing is gonna absolutely blow up, and I'm so pumped for mainnet to launch and just watch progression and watch how this technology works. But let me get back to the healthcare and the cancer thing. So cancer, we're trying to figure out the cause for cancer. And of course there are limits, but there is correlation with cancer. The most obvious, let's say lung cancer. Oh, are you a smoker? Yeah. That is a statistically significant stat. We've studied that stat and that linkage for decades, and it's well established, and that's a huge win. But in order to do that, you had a public population of millions of smokers. It was like a known fact. Are you a smoker? Are you a non-smoker? No, yes. The core of this is they had the data to figure it out because they had enough data sets. So then think about, breast cancer. I mean, this one's personally relevant to me. It took my mom in the past year, and it's been horrible. She was extremely young, and it came out of nowhere. She dedicated her life to health. So I guess it's personal for me in that sense, where it's like my mom dedicated herself to knowing the latest and greatest nutritional research, blueberries, this, all this stuff. She was really into it, yet she still got cancer, and it took her. So cancer is a huge enemy, and I think that DAG is going to enable the technology and lay the groundwork for the curing of many different cancers and many different mental health problems. I mean, think about if we could have a decentralized journaling system, and we could have data points. And you wake up, I drank 3 drinks last night. How do you feel when you wake up? 5 or 10. What did you eat? Blah, blah, blah. And we can collect all this via, smartwatches. We can sync blood pressure and EKG results. And, you can elect to optionally give your demographics, which makes it even more narrow. And you get the genetics test. So anyway, I just wanted to make this starter video just to show how passionate I am about DAG, about Constellation, and even though we're hurting right now, I think we're in for something special, and I'm really excited. So thanks for watching.